partnering with
Everything
them,
else.
using
That's
their
what we
content
did.
website, driving
Well, that's
the website.
so
We're looking to make partnerships, but I don't know to create
Anything.
anything and just do that. So that would be something that
Yeah, and so this does
definitely would like. So when
So
you
the
all,
goal would be, let me just understand, so the goal would be for, because as far as a tutorial, easy, like start streaming today, one of the things that we have to almost finish development is you can stream straight from your website, you don't have to hang out.
well, the thing you gotta remember, it's sports, it's action, so they gotta be able to see it. So if they have a camera like that, Sony FX.
That's debatable.
Oh, this is a Sony V1U.
Our Sony FX finally been to dust. We sent it to get fixed. They sent it back to us unfixed. They said they don't make the parts anymore. So we're out like two grand.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
So you would want it so they could have a camera and just like how they can start streaming.
Right. And kind of practices and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Typically, is there internet where you guys are at?
They always
Can I do that with controllers?
You say real estate selling it or actually doing it?
We don't stream unless we're hardware anymore. So have to drop the hardware. Yeah, so like Sarasota Wise, where we can
Oh, like
They've got 2,400 kids on their team. They've got money out.
bring a friend next week. This is, we call it Guppy Tank as opposed to Shark Tank, so it's one of the best environments for emerging companies to come and practice, basically practice pitching, practice presenting, get community support. So, without further ado, I'm going to welcome gurus to the stage, and Prem, thank you very much. Come up and tell us about your company.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm Prem Thomas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Gurus. We're based in Tampa. We design and distribute a natural rubber sandal based on an ancient Indian design. So about 4 years ago, I was in India on a trip and I saw this wooden sandal. I bought it at a furniture store and I thought it was pretty neat, and brought it back and learned about the history. It turns out that design dates back thousands of years. People like Gandhi used to wear it. So we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could turn this into something more Western and more functional? So we actually redesigned the sandal and we sourced the rubber from our family farms in India. And what we end up with is what we call the Guru sandal. Unlike regular flip-flops and sandals, you guys can take a look, we'll pass this around. You don't have to scrunch your toes. Once you put them on, they stay on. Because it's made out of natural rubber, it'll conform to your feet after a few weeks. Every pair we sell, we plant a tree, and they come in those jute carry bags that you see. We retail for $30, and we're on our website, Amazon, and several retailers. We've been selling the product for about a year and a half, and we're at 4.7 out of 5 stars on Amazon. So our customers really like the sandal. We launched almost 2 years ago now on Kickstarter through a crowdfunding. We pre-sold about 500 pairs in 30 days. That was enough to kind of pay for our first run and for the tooling for the sandals. We got a little bit of press, but that was kind of our proof of concept. Last year at this time, we weren't really in retail, so we kind of took the Kickstarter data and started pushing it out to retail stores. So right now, this slide is a little dated. Right now we're in about 60 locations in 8 countries. To put that in perspective, this time last year we were in about 5 retail stores. About 50% of our business is online and through Amazon, and the rest of our business is through distributors. So we picked up a distributor in Australia about a year ago, and they're selling our product there. And we just shipped out to a new distributor in Canada. And we've sent samples, kind of sample test orders for distributors in Japan and Chile. Footwear is a huge market opportunity. It's also very competitive, but there have been a few companies in the past 5-10 years that have kind of made a name for themselves in the space. So you can look at Tom's, everyone's familiar with that. I mean, we'd love to follow in their footsteps. But there's another company called Bucket Feet and another one called Feel Goods that are doing kind of unique things in the footwear industry and getting some market share. Outside of footwear, we look at the surf industry and yoga, but our plan is to kind of build the first Indian sustainable brand in the US. We want to do more than just flip-flops. So we want to expand in footwear. We already have 60 retailers and a customer base that likes our sandal. So we would like to create more products for them and scale. Right now, we are launching a cork yoga mat on Kickstarter. We're trying to raise $20,000. We have 2 days left to get the remaining $2,000 to hit our goal. So you can go to our website, ilovegurus.com/Kickstarter, and throw us a few bones. But what's unique about our yoga mat is that it's made out of cork. Most yoga mats are either rubber and usually not natural. Ours, the top is cork, so if you do hot yoga, you either slip or you have to use a towel. Ours, once cork gets wet, it actually becomes grippier. Other cork yoga mats on the market are over $120. Ours on Kickstarter is starting at $70, and ours is the only one with the natural backing. We're also looking at some t-shirt designs, so these are on Kickstarter as well, trying to build out our portfolio. A little bit about my background. I grew up in Tampa. Went to high school, elementary, middle, and high school in the area. Then I moved to North Carolina to go to school at UNC Chapel Hill. And I moved up to New York and worked in investment banking and then at a social venture capital fund for a couple of years. And then I was in the Philippines working for Kiva, doing a microfinance fellowship for about 6 months. And I moved back to Tampa to work on another company with my father, and then we kind of got the idea for Gurus. My business partner, similar background, he's up in Philly, finishing up at UPenn Wharton. What's kind of crazy is that both of our families are from the same small town in South India, and we didn't know it at the time, but our mothers actually went to like grade school together. And the rubber comes from both of our family farms, or a portion of the rubber. And we have a group of advisors. Sanjay Srinivasan is here in Orlando. Jeff Hollander, notably from 7th Generation, and Sarah Kaus from Swall Water. And I want to show you a video real quick so you guys can get the full experience of our sandals.
For the first time, no, it ain't the first time. Hope it ain't the last time, baby. You're glowing for the first time. I know it ain't the first time. I hope it ain't the last time, baby. You're glowing for the first time. I know it ain't the first time. I hope it ain't the last time. You give me that body high. You give me that body high. You give me that body high. Oh, live a life on repeat. I'll make this a dream. Let me make you believe it's something so right. Body high, that's so real. Moving closer, I do.
So you can see they really do stay on. And now, if you guys have any questions, we can open it up.
Love it.
Thank you.
I like the packaging as well. One person popped in my head that I've never thought of a purpose for really sitting down having a one-on-one with, but she comes to a meeting I throw every time. And she's closely connected to the woman that's over 300,000 yoga instructors. She might be a good connection. It's over an avatar program is what they refer to it as.
Okay.
I can make that connection for you. I'm sure she would be happy to help you.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to someone without many followers.
Yeah, I think so. But that was the first thing, just to kind of stir things up. It was interesting watching that you're come out of the investment world, I guess. So I'm not sure if you feel comfortable at this point talking about how you've done the structuring on the corporate engineering or what you're offering, because money asks two questions. When do I come home, and how much more money comes home with me?
Yeah, we've self-funded the business to date and funded through crowdfunding on Kickstarter, but that's just through taking pre-orders. We're looking to raise an equity round right now. We're looking for $200,000 to $300,000 to kind of take our company to the next level. For 20 to 30% of the business, we have about 100,000 committed now, and we're trying to do kind of a family, friends, local round in the Florida area.
So your marketing, how are you marketing these shoes primarily, and what's your plan for that?
So I mean, that's a big reason we want the money. We want to go out to bigger trade shows to get bigger retail clients. Most of our marketing has been grassroots. We've taken our 500 Kickstarter backers and kind of turned them into ambassadors. After we launched the sandal, the yoga community kind of got behind us. So now we have about 50 yoga ambassadors, and we give them coupon codes to our website to give customers discounts, and then we track them and give them kind of an affiliate fee. So we use them to kind of grow the brand. I'm not sure how sustainable that is, but it's affordable for us right now. And combined, I mean, they have over 70,000 followers on Instagram. So a lot of our sales come through these Instagram sales.
And one follow-up. Is Ron John selling your shoes?
Ron John at the Tampa airport is selling our sandals.
And so will they look to expand those to all the stores?
Potentially if our sales are good there.
Okay.
It's really cool. Thanks
Thanks.
for presenting. I was curious, you said in the beginning you did Kickstarter, and some are successful, many are not. Why was yours successful?
I think we had kind of a unique product, and 3-4 years ago, or 2 years ago when we launched, I think Kickstarter was kind of a different animal. So out of the 550 backers we got, probably a third was family and friends. At the time on Kickstarter, there weren't a lot of footwear products, so our rankings went up pretty fast in product design. So we were discovered by a lot of people. We were hoping that our current Kickstarter would do a lot better than the first one. And monetary value has been higher, but we just haven't had the exposure. And I think Kickstarter has just become really, really crowded, so you have to think twice before putting something on there.
Love them.
Thank you.
Just love them. I do have a problem though. I'm not a big rubber kind of person, but I love sandals. Have you thought of doing a leather and cork version for those of us that are just not?
Yeah, we've thought about it, but I mean, right now we just don't have time to support any more products, but definitely down the road. I mean, we see us kind of owning this design and doing variations of it, but I think leather definitely makes sense.
Well, they're cool, and I'm gonna have to buy a pair for my wife, so that sucks. Thank you.
I've got coupon codes for everyone up here.
I have a question. Can you walk us through from the sustainable rubber through your manufacturing kind of journey?
Yeah, so if you take a look, we have a lot more info on this on our website, but if you take a look, our rubber actually comes from trees. So on the left, you see a rubber tree, and they're tapping up the side of the tree, and this latex kind of sap comes out. So you can do that for 25, 30 years without harming the tree. And at the end of that tree's life, they cut it down, but every year they're planting new trees. So this is very common in South India, where my family's from, in Brazil and Southeast Asia. So what they do is collect the sap, roll it into sheets, and dry it, and that goes to our manufacturer. We manufacture in China, so not all of the rubber comes from our family's farms, because it wouldn't be, cost effective to ship it all over. But the rest is sourced in this similar manner throughout Southeast Asia.
Has anybody copied you yet?
No one has, but this design is thousands of years old, so there have been people selling it in some sort of fashion over the past several hundred years. I think we have a really tight Indian story, and I think we've westernized the design enough to a point where it's still unique, but people here have loved it. Our return rates are below 4 or 5%, so I think we have a product that really works across sizes.
I have a question. Are you just based in Florida right now, and are you looking to expand nationally? I have a two-part question, so I'll just shoot one.
Florida is a very cost-effective place to start a business. I moved back to Florida from New York City, and we would definitely be in the hole right now if we were paying rent in New York City.